Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this here. I'm telling you right now, it's hot. It's so damn hot.
It's steamy.
I know it's hot where Robert is. I know it's hot where Courtney is. I know it is hot where Mark is. I know it is hot where Kess is. Tim, welcome. Is it hot where you are?
It's
Steamy.
boiling. It's boiling. I won't even say it's scorching.
Wow.
105, 104 every
And he
day.
ain't, and he ain't talking about the radio station.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not talking about the radio station, man.
For anyone,
Wow.
for anyone who does not know how to work in Fahrenheit, 105 degrees Fahrenheit is similar to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, that
Hmm.
is that is beyond that is beyond. I don't know. That is air conditioned on full blast. Okay,
With humidity with
That is,
it.
that is Dubai temperatures then.
You telling
All
me?
right, yeah.
You telling me? Nah.
It's
Mm-mm.
hot. It is hot. It really is hot.
but there's what we are about on a Sunday. We're here to not only discuss the Heat, but to discuss Manchester United and anything football related. So, welcome, boy. Where are we gonna start? I guess we got to start with our latest signing. It
Rasmus.
was it was announced yesterday that Manchester United had completed the signing of Rasmus Hojland from Atalanta. A lot of people are asking me what the fee was, right? So, what I am seeing is that the full breakdown of the fee is 60 million pounds guaranteed, 4.3 million in achievable add-ons, and then 8.6 million in, let's say, called difficult add-ons like goals and trophies, etc. Right? But forget the price. We have been asking we have been asking for a complete number nine, right? We have been saying, you know what, we need somebody to be taking the burden off Marcus Rashford. Other than him scoring 30 goals, we want somebody else to be chipping in as well too, right?
Yeah.
And so said, so done. Um, welcome guys again, and talk to me. Talk to me about this whole Rasmus Hojling signing. What does he bring to Manchester United? Does he walk in, or does he walk straight to our first team? Um, I know I normally don't pick on people to go first because there's a whole informal session. But Tim, since you're new,
I
Yeah.
Tim,
knew
since
that
you're
was
new,
coming. That's all right. Let's go. So, I
New
mean,
guy.
yeah, welcome. I really appreciate you guys coming on your show today. I really appreciate that. It's an honor and privilege to be on your show. You're a great channel. I follow you guys on Instagram as well. So, yeah, glad to be here.
yeah,
In reference to Rasmus Holland, it's a guy who is young. He's not proving at elite level, which a lot of United fans are expecting a striker to be. But at this point, I'm not trying to say we should just settle, but I think he's a good acquisition. But he's not experienced. United have always gone with the big experienced strikers. We went through the Zlatan, we've had the long Cavani, Ronaldo. That's different. We've had Robin van Persie, Nistelrooy, people who are kind of experienced. He's a young kid with the talent. The price tag is a bit on the high side, give or take. It's still a bit on the high side, but I think because I was at the game we played Real Madrid at NRG just 4 days ago, and you
okay,
could see we're literally right behind the goal where Onana started first, and when they did second, when the goal that United were shooting to the Real Madrid goal, and you can see United lacked someone to run through the middle and push the ball through, so they're shooting from left. Garnacho, Rashford, Bruno, this long range shooting, they missed somewhere to thread the ball through, someone to run onto, and that's what we are missing. And I think this guy's going to be a good talent, but I don't think we should put too much pressure on him for that young age. At 20, he still has a lot of growth. He still has a lot of maturity. The Premier League is very physical. It's very fast. Man United has its own pressure on an individual player. especially with the price tag. So I think he's a good acquisition, but I don't think they should push him in. They should push him in so quick, so early.
Okay. So
Correct.
price tag is on the high. He's a great acquisition, but he wouldn't walk straight into the first team, is what you're
No,
saying?
I think that'd be too much pressure on him. I think they should kind of wean him in slowly, just wean him in. We still got two. Today's the last USA tour game. They got two more. Then the league starts. They got two more tour matches. So I think they should start him in probably get 10 minutes, but it shouldn't just be first team pushing. Well, also depends on how Ten Hag sees what he's doing in training. But training is different from first team games.
Oh yeah. Before I get to the other guys, let me get some comments in. Jeffrey Griffith is saying, "Good afternoon, everyone. Driving and listening." Okay, I love that. I love that commitment. Right?
Well, once he in driving and watching.
Yeah, it was true. Martin Phillip is saying, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon to you as well." And Clive Jack is saying, "Totally agreed with Tim. Perfect." The floor is yours, guys. Same question with regards to Hojland. What do you think he brings to Manchester United? Does he walk straight into the first team? And do you share the same sentiments as Tim as well?
Yeah, I generally agree with Tim. Does he walk into the first team? At this stage, I'll have to say yes, unfortunately. Because if you look at all the preseason games that we've played thus far, while I like Sancho as a player, he isn't a 9.
No.
He isn't a 9. And what we've seen, and it's something that I've expressed to the group, is that there are points and times in the game where you see that we lacking that killer instinct that is needed in front of goal.
Yeah.
The pressure, I have to agree with Tim too. That pressure going to be hard. He gotta learn real quick, because United and Old Trafford especially can be a very unforgiving place when it's ready. Especially for the amount of money that he coming for. Would I have liked us to get Harry Kane? I would have. But Daniel Levy is deciding to play hardball, even though they have some financial troubles coming their way, which is amazing to me.
It's an ego thing.
Yeah, but it had to make sense too. In the world of business, it had to make sense. Your owner is now under financial fair play review from the SEC. Them fellas don't play. So the sensible thing would be to get rid of him, because Harry doesn't want to go to Germany.
He wants to stay in England.
He wants to stay in England. So you do a cut price deal, you cut your losses, and at least you gain something. Rasmus, he gonna have a tough time, especially coming from Italy. Italy is not no shilling league, but the physicality is much different in EPL.
Yeah.
And the speed of the game is much different. Italy is more tactical.
Slower.
England is rougher. If you know he can't take kick,
don't come.
don't come.
Don't come. Don't come.
Just to interject, if anybody does not know what Courtney was talking about with regards to Tottenham's owner Joe Lewis is actually being charged for insider trading.
Wow.
16 counts, right? Like there's security fraud and there's like other counts of conspiracy, right? If anybody doesn't know what Courtney was talking about, well then there it is, right? So now I guess Spurs fans and maybe the board of Spurs are trying to figure out what to do. Right? So yeah, that's just a little insight of what Courtney was talking about. Good insight, Courtney. Mark Robert Kess. Hojland.
Well, I tend to agree with Courtney and Tim. The English Premier League, Old Trafford, is a different place. Hojland will have to hit the ground running, because he done under pressure already because of the price tag. He didn't kick a ball yet and he under pressure. He's a young kid. I watched some clippings of him. He will bring a sort of relief to the team, because You clearly see we missing an out-and-out striker. Clearly. As Courtney said, I like Sancho, you know. He's no 9. I like Rashford. Rashford can't play it back to goal. You understand? At the 20-year-old, he could hold up the ball from what the little bit I saw of him.
Yeah.
He could hold up the ball, he quick. And he have a shot on him.
Mm.
Just it have one or two little areas he need to sharpen up on, and I feel on that 10 hard, he'll develop into a good player, a good striker over the years. But this season here, we have to give him some time. Let me don't come down too hard on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me ease him into it. If he can get some minutes in the next two, well, not tonight, but the next two preseason games, yeah. Let him get a feel of it, and let him see what it's like to be a United player. Because everybody does want to come United, and United is a dream club, you know. But not everybody capable of playing for United. The pressure that get to them.
100%.
I got ask Cass a question. With regards to most Man United fans do not know what Hojland will bring. Most, I say most, not all, most.
Right.
I got a question for you, Cass. Does that play to our advantage for rivals? Because when we put Hojland onto the field, they're gonna be like, okay, is he physical? Is he the guy that's gonna give you those 1 or 2 step overs? Is he the guy that's gonna always shoot with his left foot, but then all of a sudden he's shooting with his right foot? Does that play kind of advantage to us per se, or?
Yes. Yes. They do not know exactly what it is they're going to face.
Yeah.
This boy at 19 started for his country at 19. Right? That don't just happen.
Yeah.
And scoring.
Patrick's, yeah.
A hat trick too.
Scoring for fun. Right? You see this, and I disagree with Courtney to an extent. You see this comparison that Italian league and they
English
call
league.
them the Netherlands league and thing.
Eredivisie, yeah.
Not completely different. Yeah, okay, it's different. But then fellas come ready-made to face whatever challenges. Yes, the pressure is there, right? But the patience is there extremely with United fans because of one man. The trust we have in Ten Hag. And we know what he can do with youths. Right? I think in Mag the other day, when last have I been this excited about a signing? Must be since Wayne Rooney. Right?
Or Van Persie.
Yeah.
Van Persie came as a shock to me, and I say, okay, nice. But when I say excited, I mean like when I hear United or Ten Hag wanted him, it is like Ten Hag appoint me to go and get him. I like to tell you how after this signing I was. Anybody who know me know I couldn't stop talking about our boy. The first time I heard about him was last year. No, either last year or year before, when Statman Dave was talking about Benjamin Sesko.
Yes.
Right? And I have been following him since. I mean, I might not watch most of the games, but I watch most of Denmark games when he was playing. Right? And this boy coming hungry. Our midfield providing food at will, and we don't have nobody who want to eat.
Man belly full.
This boy going and get a buffet. Right?
Interesting. Okay.
So, just now.
Congratulations.
Oh, no.
He went and get a deal over the line. Congratulations. I want to thank you. On behalf of all United fans, I want to thank you for getting the deal over the line. Ten Hag really said he sent somebody, but I didn't know it was you.
Let me keep that hush hush.
Yeah, right.
Right? So what I'm saying, if he does the medical and everything in time to do the 2 two remaining preseason game after tonight or tomorrow night, right? I believe he will start against Wolves. If not Wolves, he definitely gonna start against Tottenham.
Yeah, for real.
Interesting.
Knowing Ten Hag track record, he likes to throw men into the fire one time.
Yes, it does. It seems.
Yeah.
It seems that. But I will say this. I think it also comes down to the individual, how tough the mentality is. Because we've had young players who've come in and have hit the ball running, and some players have come in and can't get the ball run. They can't get it run because of the pressure. Mourinho said something. He said that certain players, the pressure as a join United is already one pressure. Then they give an extra number, say number 7. That's another pressure. Then the crowd pressure. Then the day of the match, you start to think, am I good enough? You start to doubt yourself. But you have to know how good you are. Ronaldo joined us at 17 and a half. Rooney came in at 18 and a half. So the mentalities were already, I'm good enough. I know I could do it. So they had to know the belief in themselves. Sancho started to doubt himself. That's why he's struggling. He started to second guess himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're seeing. Because the Sancho we saw at Dortmund, it's not the Sancho we saw here. It's like he sees a man one-on-one, he's gone. Now he's like, should I pass? Should I? He starts to second guess himself all the time. But when you're confident and you believe in your ability, you just go for it. And certain players can, some players can't. But I think Erik ten Hag is the right guy to kind of put in the mindset, you're playing for this club.
Exactly. And you see the flip side with that as well. We nearly lost Rashford.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rashford said he was ready to go.
Yeah.
Right? But after that one conversation with Ten Hag, look at Rashford whole season.
Yeah.
That is why I am really that excited, is because Hojland is coming under Ten Hag.
Right.
Because of the manager.
Robert, good conversation so far. Robert, you share the same sentiments as the guys, or you're thinking something different?
No, I mean, I am happy we got him, because the truth is we only have one striker, and his name is Hojland. We only have one. Right?
Anthony Martial.
No.
You do Martial that by Robert by?
No. He don't exist. Right? He doesn't exist. Right? He's a ghost.
On this blessed Sunday, you choose violence by?
Yes, correct. No, because I'm happy that we have him. And I said it last week, is that I would be happiest if you get him here, and then at the end of the window, we get Harry Kane. So then we have that double whammy now. We have coming in.
Yeah, because it has some last day drama to happen.
No, and again, my thing is, the more goals we can get, the better it will be. You know what I mean? 100%. And we can say it, right? That midfield will provide goals for both of them. So to me, if Kane play, he's scoring goals. If Hojland play, he's scoring goals. And we will never have a game, because if you only keep Hojland and we keep Martial, let's all be real. And I don't know about y'all, but I know Martial is a very sentimental kind of woman.
Moody.
He has his periods and he has a cycle. Right?
Mood.
No. He's a woman. Right? Let's all be real.
Robert, we have yes, Robert.
Mood.
No, the man.
We in the bar. That is happening in the bar.
No, let's all be real. If the man don't play, he'll get emotional. And then he's coming, he'll get sad and depressed, and then all of a sudden, it's a problem.
Mood.
No.
I got a guy in the comments here saying, Clive Jack is saying, Martial, to be honest, makes Rasmus come into the first team immediately.
Exactly.
Immediately, because you see, right now we have no time to
hope Martial get right.
No.
We don't have time for that.
We signed Hojland, all of a sudden, Martial back to full training. Look.
For what? I don't know what. No, you see, he who shall not be named. If you tell me he comes back, I will say okay. Because that boy has the mentality to come in there and he'll watch Hojland and he will say, you know what? I want your space. He will fight for it. And he
I
may
got,
even
I,
take
I
it
got,
from
I
him.
got, I got, I got a question. I got a question for you guys, right? Because I'm seeing this comment here where he's saying a young CR didn't do it when he just arrived, which is true, right?
Very true.
He played as a winger though.
Yeah.
I trying to formulate the question in my head and speak it at the same time. Is it does Hojland have to hit the ground running because of today's modern day football fan?
Not to
Not
me.
actually right
Not to me.
per se, or
To other fans, like we have other fans who are very
impatient?
Touchy.
yes,
Impatient, yeah.
yes, and they'll expect him to score his first game.
Yeah.
If Hojland doesn't score his first game, but
Men,
I see the
men
man
going on
doing
right him
things.
off, you know.
No, right, but if I see him doing things, right, you see him
But-
making them runs, you see him doing things, and we win the game, but you're seeing what is happening, I would say yes, bless him, because you know it will come. And when he scores one, that's it. It gonna play.
That's exactly what I told someone who asked me that same question last week, right? He doesn't have to score all the goals, but he will definitely affect the game,
Yeah.
right?
And that is one of his aspects of his game.
Mark, before you answer, you heard how I structured my question. Today's modern day. So I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about us. We have followed United for X
Yeah, yeah,
amount of
Yeah.
years,
yeah.
right? But for the
In
New
today's,
generational fans.
yeah,
for the Gen Zs and the 15-year-olds and the 12
yeah,
year olds,
yes, he will have to.
this will get to the FIFA. What do you guys think about that?
He
I
will
think
have to hit the ground running to please them.
Yeah.
mm,
Okay,
This generation and this type of football here,
Yeah.
the fans will want to see him hit the ground running. If he, as Robert said, if he don't hit the ground running and he don't score in the first game or the first two games, even though the scene where he linking the player and he doing good things, them don't want to see that. They want to see him score.
For example, look at the feedback Onana get after the Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
yeah. We lose the game, right? But they say,
Yeah.
oh, you see, they here would have saved that.
Say what?
I was at that game, man. There were three brilliant saves he made easily. And like you said, I think the new generational fans, no disrespect, I think that the expectancy is so quick. They want something now.
Exactly,
They don't,
yeah.
like, give you time. Like I said, it takes longer. It's sometimes, like I said, it's a mental thing. It's not as easy as it just press a switch. They're just gonna go. It takes a long time to blend. You have to adapt to the club style of football, know your positional play, when to make the runs, and the midfielders have to know when to make that. Like Paul Scholes said, when he started working with Nistelrooy, he knew what kind of ball Nistelrooy needed. You see, what kind of ball Nistelrooy said he knew. Beckham knew what kind of ball he would need first time. So it takes it's like a machine that has to be processed.
Yeah.
They have to keep tweaking the machine till it becomes, a complete machine that is just well oiled. It's not just instant. It takes time. But
So
now,
what we
pressure is
realize
more in today's football.
what we realize is that probably today's generation and Gen Z they're more like microwavable stuff instead of like taking time
Cooking
to
it
prepare.
Them ain't going down cook.
Nah, they ain't cooking. Let me get some of the comments, guys, and then we're moving on to the next topic here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said a young CR didn't do it when he just arrived. Totally true. 15 goals will be a good season. I think so as well too.
Yeah.
15 goals.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I get more, I'm gonna be happy. But 50, I good with 15.
Trevon Edwards, thanks for joining. He's saying with his introduction, that would free up Rashford to
Agree
play
full
at
100.
his strengths. Correct.
That man know what you talking about.
Mikhail Peters, I hope I pronounced your name right. They will make him a United player. He's young, for sure. Clive Jack is laughing at Buffet, but it's Cass that said that. Ten Hag unlocks players' greatest attributes. I definitely agree. Interesting comment here. Which perception? Greenwood better than all our attackers. 10 times better than Sancho and Rashford. I'll take back Greenwood over Hojland any day. Well, that's another discussion for another time. Yeah. Devin, welcome, buddy. Welcome. We got Tim on the show, man. So that's good. Unfortunately, due to Haaland's first success, all future strikers will be compared to that.
Exactly. I was not going to say that. I was not going to say that. Not everybody's a Haaland.
Yeah. And then his Hojland, which is very
Yeah.
close to Haaland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also left-footed, and he's
Yeah.
also Scandinavian as well.
Yeah.
Battle of the
You know,
Scandinavian.
picture the Manchester Derby intro already, leading up to that. What it gonna be?
Yeah.
Haaland or Hojland.
Let's get one thing clear. I think it's more rival fans that are putting pressure on him than
Yep.
us. Because
100%.
I can easily be a rival fan and create a thumbnail with Hojland versus Haaland.
100%.
I can do that as a rival fan easily, right? And somebody else as a Manchester United fan would have nothing to do with that. It's only rival fans that are probably putting up this whole narrative of, we signed this we missed on Haaland, so we're gonna sign Hojland and all this stupidness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So let me get you two more comments and then we're gonna switch to another topic, right? I hope they don't fight him down because we had Weghorst.
Hey,
Correct.
Well, it'll be on Weggy now, man. Weggy, look, as I said
Have you-
before,
Have you on that?
that's it.
Have you
Weggy,
on that?
we knew when we got Weggy on loan that he was not a 20-goal striker.
No.
But when Weggy came on, he did a job. Let's give the man his applause for the job that he did.
Right.
Have you on that? Good afternoon, Greg. Yeah.
Martin Phillip is saying, oh, he calling up Greg. Oh Lord. Martin Phillip is saying the new generation fans are all under 30. They learn
Correct.
football on consoles. Wow.
That's very
Martin
true.
Phillip,
That's
whoa.
very true. It's true though.
Half of them never even play greedy in our Thanksgiving.
No, they don't.
One
Some of
guy
them didn't
is
know that Ronaldo used to be a winger before he
Yeah.
became a striker.
Yeah.
correct.
None of them know that.
Correct. I think somebody is responding to Courtney.
Yeah.
We
Weghorst.
didn't want 20, we wanted 5.
The man scored 2.
He scored 2 of his 3.
4 at least we wanted, boy. 4. And I'm saying 5. 4 at least, boy.
Well, think about it, right? He scored 3, right? In one season. Sanchez scored 5 in 47 games. 5. And 400 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could have played a mean piano, though.
Yeah.
So I think it doesn't classify as the biggest flop. I think Sanchez was way
Yeah.
up in terms of flops.
I agree. Mikhail, keep on calling out Courtney. Well done. Let's get to another topic, guys. And great discussion over the first 28 minutes, 29 minutes. What I want to bring to the screen is this one here. I don't know if we have talked about this here, but who else should we be targeting after we have signed Rasmus Hojland? And everybody in the comments, let us know who else you think we should be targeting, right? I guess to state the obvious, the next person that has been floating around is from Fiorentina, Sofian Amrabat.
Amrabat.
I think he will be a quality signing, but the floor is yours, guys. Other than Amrabat, are there any other positions or names you think we should be targeting?
I
No.
think Amrabat is a good signing to help out Casemiro defensively. Because no disrespect to Casemiro, we know he will get a few yellow cards. He will miss a few games, and I watched this guy when he played for Morocco in the World Cup. He's very defensive and he's very fearless. He puts his foot in there. He's not someone who's going to back away. He's very tenacious. So he'll be a very good acquisition as far as we can get him. But I think United are trying to sell before they buy him. So it depends on how many players they can sell and get enough money. I mean, it's not expensive. I think it's even under 30
All right,
million.
well, Tim, give me 3 players, just 3. Give me 3 players that are in this current United squad that we should sell. 3.
Henderson. I mean, I was left to me. I would sell McTominay, Maguire, and Fred.
I love the pass, I know, but I agree with
Brandon
that.
Williams.
Okay. So
Bailly, we know he's gone. He's gonna go.
Yeah.
Henderson's gonna go. Telles has been sold. But
Yeah.
McTominay, I think the reason they're not trying to sell him because they say he makes what you call it's like a poster boy that could say he came from the academy, you could be like him. So it's like a message to the people coming through, like, look at what he achieved. But he's not really in today's football, he's not doing much, honestly. He's a squad player. But under Ole, he was because of
Demand.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
he was
when other
demand.
managers have come in, you can see he's like, he's not the man.
But Tim, if we sell McTominay and the likes of Kobe Manu and Hannibal emerge into our first team, then would you remember who Scott McTominay was?
No, you won't.
No.
Now,
Kobe Manu is really talented. That guy is fearless. He's very good. I like him. I
Don't
saw
do
him.
Scott
I
back
went
now,
on
man.
tour
Don't
games.
do
He's
Scott
really
back.
good player.
Talk to me, Courtney. You said don't do Scott like that.
Don't
Talk
do
to me,
Scott. Don't do
Courtney.
Scott.
See, we should stop being emotional. We should stop thinking emotional. If you look at Pep, Pep doesn't care. Pep came in,
agree.
he got rid of the goalkeeper instantly. England number one or not, out. We need too many of us think of, oh, he did this, he played for United. No, we need a team that is going to deliver. End of story.
No, but let's be fair to Scott. When Scott
Why would be fair to Scott? Why?
Because I believe in being fair. Scott is not that flashy type, but as you rightfully said, Tim, he's a squad player. But when he's one of those players, he reminds me of a Darren Fletcher or John O'Shea. They may not be the most skillful,
but they're putting a shift.
They're putting in a shift.
And he brings a physical presence.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. If I had to choose,
I could take something that Courtney says and something that Tim says, right? And tell me if you guys agree. When Ole was our coach, when Scott and Fred were starting, we didn't have much options off the bench. Now that Ole is not our coach and now we're getting more options coming in, I think we can take away the emotions from Scott.
I don't have any problem with that. No, I can say this. We can't have both Fred and Scott. It's
one out of go.
One has to go. You know, I love the pastor, you know. He's done some good work for United.
Pastor is my personal friend.
He has if I had to choose between the two, I would choose Scott because Scott has the ability to play a number of different positions over Fred.
Okay.
Yeah. So
does play a stopper.
He can play centre back, he can play right back, he can play central midfield. All right, cool. Fred, you know, I love the Brazilian. But at the same time too, Fred does not give me the level of work rate that Scott does.
What?
I think you're mixing it the other way around.
No, understand what I say, right? I'm talking about work rate in terms of doing the job that he's given.
Okay.
Scott has the discipline to do what he's now. Fred, I'm not taking nothing away from Fred.
Fred does touch every blade of grass.
Right, but I talking about tactical.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Scott,
I think it was the wrong choice for words there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you did a poll, brother, right now, 80% would say no. Because most of us, we see Scott, he's always hiding from the ball. Fred goes with the ball, tenacious, he's like that pit bull right on your ankle, always. But Scott hides away. He's always like not wanting the ball. He passes the ball, he won't go like to it. Watch Scott's game carefully. He doesn't like to dictate the ball. He likes to hide behind the game. That's why every 10 Hag is like, you know what? You know, we're going to start thinking of phasing you out slowly. And that's why I think he needs to move on. His time is done. I think it's time to move on.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me get back onto topic. I love where you guys are going with the whole Scott versus Fred and what's not. Back to you, Tim. After Amrabat, tell me any names out there that are floating around that you think we should be targeting.
I mean, the Harry Kane one is that doesn't look. There's there's this young guy. There's a young guy they're talking about is from
Brighton. From Brighton.
From Brighton. He's not a bad player. I think
not Caicedo, no.
No, not Caicedo. Caicedo's going to go to Chelsea eventually. I think Chelsea.
Who's the guy from Brighton you're talking about, Tim? Then
It was someone else. It was I can't because I don't really.
Caicedo is the one I talking about.
There was another.
Ferguson?
Evan Ferguson.
There's another guy.
Evan Ferguson just signed a new contract for 4 or 5 years, so I don't think United will go for him.
That was never on the. We were never targeting him. This is
Is it a midfielder? Who does score some goal? He goes
black midfielder. I can't remember his name.
And Cisco?
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
He's talented.
Okay.
He's really talented.
And Cisco.
So he would be back up to probably Bruno then if he had a sign.
Yes. Because Bruno, as the captain now, is going to be required to play all the games. Literally 90% of all the games. And he would need, they need to stop putting Bruno on the right. I don't know why they keep throwing him on the right wing because we're going to get nothing there. He hasn't got the pace. Play him in his right position. We have enough right-sided players.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, his name, he's going to be the one who I think United should get after Amrabat.
Who's the name you called?
The brother mentioned it just now, I can't remember, but I know the guy by face, but I don't know.
And not from Brighton, but somewhere.
No, not from Brighton.
Who just signed the contract?
Nah, it's not him. Was he him? Yes.
He's in Europe. I think he plays in Europe.
And this league, like Italian, Spanish.
I need to actually check. Let me check.
Yeah, do some checking. I can get some comments here. Devin is saying we should hijack the Guardiol. Wow.
That would be hard to do. That would be a hard one to pull off.
That would take some real hijacking.
Because right now, RB Leipzig are looking for 100 mil. They want to make him the most center. They want to make him the most expensive center back.
I want to understand something, right? This 100 mil barrier that we hitting.
Right, true.
That people just want to be calling 100 million like it's nothing. You understand? It's chump change. I want to know what these people smoking.
Yeah. I'm does bit to feel 100 mil thing. They're calling out 100 mil.
At the end of the day, is about a couple of things. Who is after you? If an English club is after you, that's already a good 30 mil add-on.
Yeah.
If that person that you're after is starting day in, day out, week in, week out, that's probably another 50 mil, right? Let's say that person is on a 5-year contract. That's another, what? It's 50 mil, right? So, I mean, and that person starts with their country as well, probably another 20 mil, right? So, I kind of get where
the 100 coming from.
Yeah.
Listen to me, right? There are very few clubs. Very few clubs. There are probably 10 clubs across all of Europe that could afford $100 million transfer.
It's true.
Right?
Juventus is not one of them.
or Barcelona.
Right?
Or Barcelona.
Listen to me, right? Barcelona accountants working magic. So don't be surprised.
He's a Ubia man. Barcelona accountant working voodoo. I don't know how we getting through.
I kid you not. When PSG's president announced that Kylian Mbappe was up for sale, Spotify increased their membership by $10.
Wow.
And you know who is sponsored by you know who Spotify sponsors?
Barcelona.
Well, boy, what a stinking coincidence, boy.
No, but in reality, I can't see it. Don't make sense to me, fellas. Big and serious.
Easy big clubs calling now 100 million.
But Courtney, football these days don't make sense. How could you package a guy by the name of Kylian Mbappe for $700 million and this guy never win a Champions League, never win a Ballon d'Or?
Well,
he's won a World Cup.
That's only one.
He's a 2-time World Cup finalist.
Yeah, 2-time World Cup finalist. Win one and get most goals in the next one.
But 700 million?
That's a lot.
But if I did Mbappe, all now so I a big thing wrong my head, I ride in a camel somewhere out there.
700 million, you can use that money to clear out the debt of some Caribbean countries.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a new stadium.
Buy a World Cup.
My dad.
So,
Trinidad?
seven,
Yeah.
700
No, my dad,
million.
man, personally.
700 million, I buy Island.
No, but uh, it is what it is. And PSG have to
Yeah.
blame themselves for the situation that they're currently in. Because last season when the man wanted to leave,
Mm-hmm.
you should have let him go, take your money and run.
Yeah. Them create a problem. Them create their own problem that they cannot get rid of now.
Exactly. They create
Yeah.
their own monster.
Yeah.
Let me
Them
let
create
me,
their own problem.
let me get some of these comments in. So Clive Jack is saying Amrabat, goodbye McTominay. Fred can be a bench player. He has improved. And please, Maguire, leave. Oh yeah.
They
Oh yeah.
Slab head, boy. I
He's
don't know.
saying
Like, we're the only club that players doesn't want to leave.
Mikel is saying they can do that with Rashford. Interesting.
We're the only.
Which perception is saying Fergie demanded that McTominay is not to be sold. Well, that's not Fergie's call anymore. That's not Fergie's
Exactly.
call anymore. Chew your chewing gum and be a fan in the stadium.
Yeah.
We respect what we have. We more than respect what you have done for this club. But you know,
Yeah. But you gotta go.
yeah. Devin is saying,
The Terminator had to go.
yeah. Devin is saying, don't forget about the homegrown rule when comparing Fred and McTominay. And he is
I
That's
right.
think
true.
we
Yeah.
same thing, Devin.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
I
true.
understand what you mean. Because if anybody had to go there, it could be Fred.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then
No,
again,
but even if we sell McTominay, we save still.
how
yeah.
We have them youths coming up. Like we have
Hannibal,
Mino who could be in the ranks, right?
yeah, but
Hannibal.
I don't remember what the number is though. I think it's supposed to be at least 8 or 9.
Kovar is Kovar homegrown?
Think,
The
Yeah.
goalkeeper, Kovar.
yeah, I think
Yes.
so. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He come up through the academy.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
I found the guy I was talking about.
Yep.
Hmm.
His name is Todibo Jean-Claire. He's a French player. He's
Oh,
a
it's
centre
center
back.
back. Center back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guy. Because I watched French league. He's very solid. He's kind of like a Vidic, but a younger version. He doesn't care. He just butchers you out the
If
way.
memory serves me correct, we were actually linked with him before the Monaco vice captain.
Yes.
Axel
You're right.
Dissetti.
Him,
Yeah.
23,
Man.
young guy, smart, quick.
Mikel is saying that Courtney is smoking something. Boy, Mikel is after you today.
Hey. Courtney, what you do, Michael, right?
I don't know why.
He's saying
I'm
that
out there.
he's saying that Fred works hard, definitely.
No,
But
Fred, under Ten Hag, I think Fred's game has improved. I think you could see a better, despite Ten Hag being a better coach than Ole, but you can see Fred's game is more. He's brought more to the game than he used to when he was under Ole,
yeah,
and you can see he's providing more. He's even scoring more goals than he ever scored under Ole. So I think
Yeah.
I would sell
He
McTominay.
find Maki Brazilian passport.
yeah,
I would say McTominay than Fred, but because of the status of things, whereby you have to keep a certain number of UK-based players. But if you look at Man City, Pep doesn't care about all that. He just wants a team that's going to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have this emotional attachment, sentiments. Oh, well, he was a great servant. Pep doesn't have that time for that.
Yeah. Pep. With Pep.
When Pep came in, the first person he got rid of was the goalkeeper, who was England's #1.
Joe
Because
Hart.
he
Yeah.
couldn't move his
Yeah,
feet.
man.
He just moved him
Pep
on.
had no heart and getting rid of heart. He had no heart to get rid of heart.
No, but we wouldn't do that. Oh no,
No.
he's been there for when we started.
Yeah.
Nah,
You see that? You see that tree over there? He planted that tree,
Yeah,
on the chain.
Yeah.
Why go away? The tree gonna grow. Go away.
yeah.
Mikel is saying that he would keep Fred.
Yeah, I agree with you, Michael. I will keep him too.
If we have better, I think we'll move him on. Because keeping him on the bench, yeah, but I would move him. I'll sell him. We need to get rid of Deadwood. We need to start moving stuff out.
Clive Jack is saying Dessesi for Maguire, like, no, please. Devin is mentioning Evan Ferguson and Mr. Shoot to Kill. Thanks for joining. We have an easier time hijacking Air Force One. Interesting. A name that came across my browser when I was at work was David Alaba.
Hasn't he? How old is he?
I think he's 31.
Uh-huh.
I think if he's the same guy, is he the same guy who played for Bayern Munich back in the day? He's
Probably,
yeah.
probably one of the best left backs I've seen at Bayern Munich. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you will bring him here.
No, I know that. I'm just saying.
Because if that is the case, then you may as well bring back, the whole band. And bring all them old man them.
No, so he's going to play behind Luke Shaw and
bring back Neville and them.
So let me take it back a bit. My original question was, after Amrabat, who would you guys like to bring in? And I'm saying that when I opened my browser last week Monday, there was some soccer news, and it said Real Madrid are willing to offer David Alaba to Manchester United.
Why?
The floor is yours
now.
No, my question is why? Because why?
We are retirement home.
Yeah. Why?
We're not a disposal unit. No.
The player I would actually 2 players I would take a look at is Kudus and Vlahovic.
So Mohamed Kudus from Ajax and Vlahovic from Juventus. Interesting.
Yeah, because
interesting.
Juventus having a clearance feeling.
Is there a priority for any? Is there a priority for any one of those, or
not priority? But
for squad members,
if we still wanted 2 strikers in this window, Vlahovic is a good shout too.
All right, so let me follow up with another question. Let's say we do get Vlahovic. Do you change your stance on Hojland walking into the first team?
Because he's experienced.
No. Really?
Use both?
No.
No, use both.
Both?
Yeah.
I'm not changing my stance.
Look, Pep has Hojland and
Alvarez.
And he plays one or the other or both.
Both when he's trying to get a goal, when things are getting a bit hard. He brings both.
So why can't we do that?
No, I'm not disagreeing with Kes. I think it's actually a name that a lot of people are sleeping on. Vlahovic, Dusan Vlahovic. But for Dusan Vlahovic to bench to Rasmus Hojland, that's a ballsy call.
It is because that guy's more experienced than Hojland naturally,
and he's still young. I think so.
He's
like 20. He's like 23, right?
Yeah.
Serious? I didn't know him.
Yeah, I think he's 23.
Yep. Youngster, but more experience.
Because every year is another year of experience in that league, whoever you started from. It's as on. And the more European matches you play, you also get more experience playing against harder, advanced defenses than your local league. Because Champions League, we're going to play Champions League, don't forget. We're going to be playing against some tougher defenders. So we need better players, bigger squad depth,
Yep.
Because the drop we had last season, when you bring up players from teams like, there's no impact. We need to have impact players in the reserve on the bench.
Yeah, because it had games last season when Ten Hag watched on the bench, he just stoops him. But on nothing.
I'm gonna answer my question to Kes in terms of priority. I think we need a backup for Bruno, and 100%. I would probably.
That's not what Mason was brought for.
Who? No. It'll probably be Mason, Bruno, and Casemiro. If that'll start. But if I had to prioritize between Vlahovic and Kudus, I guess we'll go for Kudus because I think we need a backup for Bruno. That's just me, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Van de Beek supposed to be the backup? If I'm just throwing that there.
He's going on loan.
So apparently, Tim, I was told that Real Sociedad
wants Van de Beek.
In for Van de Beek.
Yeah.
For loan or for good?
He's going on loan with the option to buy.
Yep. I think that was it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing I read. You're going on loan with the
Yeah,
option to buy.
I think Donny needs to be out of the limelight for a little bit. Fine, back
Yeah. Yeah, let him catch
right back
Rocky Mojo.
because I'm still of the firm belief that Donny would be a good player.
He just needs the consistency, though.
You see, because yeah, what happened to Donny, eh? So this guy really didn't want it Donny.
You wanted Jack Grealish.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't want it Donny. Grealish he wanted. And Donny come and they tell him like, yeah, you have to, it's either Donny or nothing, but forget Grealish. And he said, I will have to take Donny. And they just had him on the bench, they wasted him. When Donny come, Donny was on top of the game, you know.
He was.
Mhm.
He was on top of the game and Solskjaer take away mojo by benching him there. I remember the game, I remember the game where he nearly bust Solskjaer head with a chewing gum. Yeah.
Let me check. Let me check. So these comments here. Robert, other than David Alaba, because there are people that are agreeing with you with regards to not taking David Alaba, right? David Alaba at age 31 is a definite upgrade on 30-year-old Maguire. What say you? What say you, Robert?
He's a better player. He's a better player.
Yeah.
Better player, but we won't get a lot out of him. He does tend to get those injuries that 5-6 weeks out. You know.
No, but then you see, if he'll be happy to come here and play
A
one
squad
game
role.
here, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that he would. I think he will come here and demand the starts.
Yep.
Like
he can't.
200 a week, he's gonna know. Well, he won't take anything less than 200 a week.
Right. You know what I mean? So, I mean, to me, it it don't make sense. But I would say we needed a backup to Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
We needed
Need a
we need
backup
a
for
replacement.
Casemiro.
Yes, which I believe will be Amrabat. I believe.
Right.
Right. So if Amrabat is the backup to Casemiro, if we are taking that Ericsson is not backup to Mason
Yep.
Mount, then we need a backup to Bruno. We need to replace Maguire with a better centre back because
But with a piece of lion or some kind of thing, anything. Piece of iron.
I got push a scenario to you guys. How about if Amrabat is the backup to Mason Mount and Kobe Mano is the backup to Casemiro?
okay, this is me,
Switch
right?
it. Switch it.
This is just me, right? This is me, right? I know y'all will get vexed with me, right? But I this is me. It is only preseason.
Yeah.
Only preseason. The boy is not injured. I saw people carrying on about Kobe Minu as though he's next coming of Roy Keane. I'm like, yo, calm down, relax. Like to me,
Preseason.
people just get too hype up about preseason, and I'm not saying that the boy can't come good. I'm not saying no, but I think he needs to be eased in the team.
He needs a
Don't put
season.
all that sort of
Yeah, he needs a
pressure.
season, yeah.
Because I think even the injury that he got was again due to he got all this hype, So I mean, but he just needs to be eased into the team. I think so.
Yeah.
Because then he will end up being another how many players that we lost? Hannibal came in with hype and he drifted off. How many youths that we had?
Hannibal's a very good player. He's
Right,
a
but
good player.
but we had so many youths that came up that had all this hype about them, and then between the hype of the fans and the media, they all just went away. And I think Kobe just needs to be a bit more, I guess,
Gradually ease into the team. Yeah.
So I still think we need a proper person to back up, to be another midfielder. I think we still need another striker because Hojland can't do everything for himself. He really can't. And yes, I like Kovac as a backup to Onana, but I like Suzuki more because Suzuki and Onana is like the same kind of keeper, and they wouldn't have a drop off then. You would have a proper ball playing keeper in Onana, and when Suzuki comes in as well for a couple games or whatever, he plays the same exact way.
Same way, yeah.
Because they had a lot of interviews with Eric saying he wants the first team, the reserve, the under 18s to all play the same kind of football.
That's like Liverpool, yeah.
Right. So whenever you come in, even if you are on the 18 and you come to the first team, you will not be lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
For some reason, if we don't get Suzuki, I still kind of comfortable with Kovar, you know.
And we still have
Yeah,
Heaton.
Kovac's not bad. He's not bad
you
goalie.
see, the reason why I would say Suzuki is because I know Eric was after him.
Yeah.
And you see the fact that Eric was after him, I say, you know what, like something is there. Like he sees something there. But
Yeah, but Suzuki saying he don't want to be he want
You
to
don't want
come
to be
and
no
get
backup.
Yeah, so
You don't want to be no backup.
You're coming from the Japanese league. Come on, man. You can't expect to walk into
exactly.
That's a guy who's confident in his abilities.
at 20 years old.
Oh, 100%, bro.
Everybody is not a Buffon or Donnarumma. Don't get me wrong. He does have his right, he does have his
When-
right to say coming to be number one, but you got to see who's ahead of you first. Right?
Exactly. And be realistic.
If
When
you
is that
there's a saying,
against
if you assume the other guy's better than you, you're always gonna feel that. You have to say, I believe I'm better than him.
It mightn't necessarily be anybody if you want to believe it.
yeah, but remember,
I gotta prove it.
remember, Harry Maguire did say, right, that he was better than players, right? I'm just saying.
That's a different story.
They fall for it. Anyway,
Yeah.
let me get through some of these comments here, people. Mr. Shoot to Kill is saying, especially since Luke Shaw was playing left centre back when Licha was down last season. True, very very true. Luke Shaw did a pretty good job doing left centre back as well too, right? Talks of possibly going for Kudus after Amrabat, and I would co-sign that. Definitely co-sign that. But as Cass was discussing a couple minutes ago, don't sleep on Vlahovic, right? Martin Phillip is saying, gentlemen, do you all see Sancho scoring more goals this season? Like 15. I'm just asking.
No.
About 10 for the most.
10.
I don't even see him getting the starting 11 right now.
10.
And there's no disrespect to Sancho.
10.
Yeah.
I can see 10. But he's got to work harder because he's been at United, this is going to be third season or third and a half season.
Yeah.
He did less than Anthony, who played for 5-6 months on that right side. Anthony helps Wan-Bissaka and Dalot down right. Sancho doesn't when he's playing on that side. He just loses the ball and all right, okay, we'll see how it goes. It doesn't help to defend. He doesn't defend much.
Yeah.
No.
He's not going to be in the starting 11. If we look at
I
the 11 right now,
I think this is the last season to give him a try. If not next season, I think we need to move on.
I would say Sancho a very good option to bring off the bench. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
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 But he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be. Not for 80 million. How much do we play? 70 something, 79?
Yeah, 70 mil, yeah. Mr. Shoot the Killer is saying the Hannibal hype is still alive. Bad example. Interesting.
Hannibal's
All right, guys.
there,
Let me look to wrap it up with the final topic where we will try to rate this transfer window out of 10. I'm trying to figure out if we should rate the transfers in or the transfers in plus transfers out. Totally up to you guys.
now you had to read the whole thing. You can't just read the transfers in.
Yeah.
It's in and out. I would say in the previous, if we're comparing, if I'm going to use last season's comparison. Last season, the transfer window was on the Ford Fiesta mode, which was slow.
Yeah.
Prior to that, slower. This time we've kind of moved to mid BMW mode, not Ferrari Lamborghini mode, BMW. We've moved quicker. We've signed Mount quicker. We've signed Onana quicker, which would have taken longer last year.
Yeah. Last transfer window.
Yeah. So I'm going to give this season, I'm going to give them the BMW mode 7.5 out of 10.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. I was going to get him at 7.
I was rating it 7 as well.
I would give him a 6. And the only reason they will be getting a 6 is their inability to move players out.
True. It's the reason why they can't sell because of the high wages. People can't pay
Yeah.
those wages.
Yep.
And
Sorry.
and that's a reflection of the management, the club management before John Murto and I forget who's the next guy who took over for transfers and contracts.
Richard Arnold.
Matt Judge.
Matt Judge, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Matt Judge doing it now.
Yeah, 'cause
Right,
I think Matt Judge is the CFO, right?
I think Matt Judge has left. He resigned last season.
Oh, really?
I think he's no more there. He went with Woodward. I think, if my memory serves me right.
What was the name I was trying to remember? He's the
Yeah.
one who caused
He's
all of this.
responsible. Yeah, he's responsible for all them high wages.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
him and Woodward, they were giving people 5-year contracts with
Yeah.
250. Sancho
Yeah.
50.
I could read something that Robert had posted earlier, right, with regards to the negotiations, right? So it said, Chelsea actually wanted £80 million for Mason Mount, but we actually got Mount for 55 million, right?
Mhm.
Inter Milan had to settle on 43.5 million pounds when they demanded 65 million. And last but by no means least, Atalanta wanted 85 million pounds,
Pounds.
but we signed Hojland for 64 million. And that was down to Matt Hargreaves, John Murto, and Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
They've done well. They've moved quickly.
That's why I say 7, right? Because these signings are all Ten Hag chosen signings,
Yep.
right? Tier 1 signings,
Yeah.
right? But it's the fact that we really struggling
To get rid of them.
get rid of players we definitely need to get rid of, like Maguire and
Bailly and those guys, right?
I
But
would have
Bailly-
said Dean Henderson, but right now nothing for spitting on Dean Henderson right now.
well, not Forest didn't sign this guy, Costa Rican goalkeeper.
From Arsenal,
Not
Navas.
Navas. That was a loan.
Yeah.
It was
That was
low.
a loan?
That was a loan,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he went back in.
But I was discussing this on another platform. Why did United turn down 20 million for Maguire? And I get it. They want him out. I understand. But when you pay 80 million, 20 million is like, I mean, West Ham were literally just taking a piss. Like, let's just.
Exactly.
West Ham just
Yeah.
got
No.
106 million
Yeah.
from a bag of rice.
Right.
Hold on.
You understand?
So why would you offer 20? Because they're just trying to test the waters. I think 30, 35 is reasonable for Maguire. I wouldn't take 20 if I was United either. That's a slap in the face, mate.
Nah.
Yeah.
I agree
It's
with
hard.
you. It's him.
It's
West Ham was disrespectful with that
Remember,
20 million.
That's taking
Yeah.
we not we not no papers. What's wrong with them?
remember,
Them just get 105 for pizza and rice.
Harry
Yeah.
Maguire, right? No, remember, Harry Maguire for England, and Harry Maguire for us are two different Harry Maguires. Two very different players.
It's true. True.
You understand?
Well, let them pay the price for the Harry Maguire for England. Let them
No,
pay
but-
me that price.
Our jersey is red, not white.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. We have to take what we get. Because
No, not for 20 million, bro.
No.
way.
No, but not 20, not 20.
Not 20.
No.
Come on, bro.
The reality is that, no, the reality is this, right? We have all these players who are on high wages, right? And none of them have to leave. Harry Maguire doesn't have to leave.
He
can
doesn't have
stay
to
here.
leave.
True.
He's on the
So-
bench.
To get these guys off the books, we unfortunately have to take a loss. It will have certain teams like us. To me, Spurs will have to go and take a loss.
Chelsea
But really
will have to.
people who I
Chelsea
find,
gonna have to take a loss.
yeah, Chelsea, people will have to this summer. People will have to take a loss. And the thing is,
Yeah.
because it gets to August, because it gets to August 29, 30, you will see that we will start a panic and we will start to give away players for nothing.
Yeah.
For nothing.
People that have a crash and then chill.
So that's it. For me, the market value of Harry Maguire right now is 20. Because the man is a meme.
It's
The
what?
man is a meme. He's a
How
meme.
much is it?
20. He's a meme.
Nah,
The
bro.
guy
I
is a
don't want to
meme.
agree with you, brother. No way.
No, the guy is a meme,
Hold on.
right? He is.
Aaron Maguire played how many games last season?
Okay.
Thank
16.
you.
All inclusive, 16.
1-6, right?
Yeah.
There is no way you gain more than 20, maybe 25 million for a player, one that is a senior international
Right.
that has played 16 games for a club for a season.
Right.
Mhm.
I say take the 20 and run.
I
Thank
would,
you.
I
would
they need
say
to come back
35.
with another 10 on
I
top of
I
it.
I willing to
No.
go as low as 30.
Yeah, give me 30. Give me 30.
You have to
30
take
makes
20.
sense. But 20 is a
No,
snap.
but you have to
That's an
understand,
insult.
public perception is that this man is a waste of time. The guy is a meme. There's a picture of him as a fridge. This
Right.
guy is getting trolled by ministers in Ghana.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
On the scenes. You
I'm
know,
not going to say that.
Even if I was United, I won't take 20 million. I'm sorry.
Public
I'm not a big
perception.
Maguire fan, but 20 million,
Right.
you're literally taking a snap.
Public
at the guy.
perception.
What's your rating for the transfer window, Robert?
I would say a 6 because we can't get rid of players. Our coming ins are wonderful. To me, coming ins are 9 out of 10. Once we get Amrabat and whoever else will be line, perfect 10 for me.
Yeah, Harry Kane on deadline day. Remember I tell you that.
Right. But to me, we have to remember they want to get rid of players to get Amrabat in. Right? At some point, we're gonna have to start to sell players. So we have to get rid of players. You know what I mean? So I mean the reality is that people will have to take a loss. You will have to take a loss.
So basically, the players that are guaranteed to leave and that clubs are actually interested in are Galatasaray with Fred, Real Sociedad with Van de Beek, Elanga has gone to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest possibly may put in a 20 million or 30 million bid
For Henderson.
I think West Ham are pussyfooting with Scott McTominay, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the transfer outs that I've been hearing about. There's nothing concrete. Actually, El Nassr got Tellez, and I think Al Hilal may want to get Eric Bailly.
I know when I say we still have Bailly on the books.
Yeah. I think 7.5 is a fair rating because also mentioning that these are positions that we need, and we're also getting in players before the league starts. So we could see, even if it's just one preseason game, we at least can see what the player can offer to the team for the next 30 plus games.
Yeah.
Right? So I think 7.5 to me is a fair rating. My rating will increase to 8.59 when we get rid of the deadwood, as you guys mentioned.
100%.
Agreed.
Right? 1 hour and 8 minutes is how long we have been spent talking about football. And I know we could go on and on and on. Right? I'm going to get in a few more comments before we get some closing thoughts. Also, we have Dortmund tonight at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock my time.
It will be 8 p.m. Central for us.
Yeah, we're EST.
Okay.
So it'll be 9. It'll be 9 for us, right? But let's get in some comments as well. Martin Phillip is saying, I believe there are still 2 players to transfer in. So overall, I will give a 6.75. Interesting and very
like an Olympic scoring. You're judging gymnastics and Olympics, right, Martin Phillip?
And that Devin is saying a 7, which isn't too far from a 7.5. So yeah. Like I said, Dortmund tonight. Let me get some closing thoughts. You could incorporate the transfer market. You could talk about Dortmund tonight. Totally up to you guys. I can start. I will pick first, just because of the closing thoughts. I can start with Cass. Man.
Kestiban, boy. Kestiban.
I'm looking forward to this game to see that we keep the same intensity we showed against Real Madrid. Right? I really enjoy that. Right? Concerning Hannibal, I hope he get a run with somebody first team squad. The first team squad to see if he go be demanding the ball as much as he would when he was playing with
Wrexham.
Yeah. right? Because he demanded the ball. You could see he commanded everything. I want to
He ran
see
that
that
show.
right through that. Yeah, right. So that is my closing thoughts. I hope Farrell good performance overall.
Yep. Return of Marcel Sabitzer tonight as well too.
Uh,
Mark Lewis, closing thoughts.
well, looking forward to see what kind of performance if you keep that same intensity. And this preseason here, I'm glad how it's going because the last preseason we was beating up people bad for this, that, and when the first two games of the season we get we rear end handed to me. So I like how this preseason going. With reference that Wrexham game, a bit disappointed in Wrexham coach. Yes, your player get injured. Nobody loves to see the player get injured. But to make it sound like the goalkeeper intentionally set out to injure a player. It was a 50-50 ball, and he just came out on the worst end of the stick. Because our keeper jack off the face and our elbow to face. You understand? It's very unfortunate that the guy ended up with a punctured lung, but it wasn't intentional.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't malicious.
It was just two players going for a ball and they collide. And for a coach to come out and say he better stay away from me right now, thing because I'm pissed, that was real. I find, in my point of view, that was real unprofessional. Yeah, son. But all in all, looking forward to the season and I'm looking forward to seeing Harry Kane on deadline day. You know, we love drama.
Yeah.
Courtney, thoughts, closing thoughts. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything the guy said. I'm looking forward to seeing what Dortmund has to offer this afternoon. I want to see what tactically Eric does now that Kobe's out. You know, even though he may not have been a starter, I think he provided a different level of energy during that for the time that he was on the real game.
100%.
So I'm looking to see who comes in to replace him to see if we keep that same level of momentum. Honestly, I would love for us to get another left-footed centre back. I don't know who, because left-footed centre backs are
Rare.
really a rare thing to find. So, and I agree with Mark. I like how the preseason is shaping up. We've gotten, we had that loss against Madrid, but there's a difference in people. We are being a little more realistic with our expectations.
Yeah.
We as fans sometimes, we end up on that preseason hype banner that
Yeah.
everything just running real smooth and then the league starts and we end up where we end up in last season. So it keeps us a little bit more grounded, that we lost to Madrid. So I'm looking forward to tonight and seeing how things go.
Yeah.
Robert.
Yeah, I like preseason. It was good. Like I enjoyed the game against Wrexham because those were the kids against grown men. And I find the kids played really well. They really did the team proud. The game against Real Madrid, I was very happy with what I saw. It was it was a good run out. It gave, like you saw what how Ten Hag was trying to play.
You saw the levels.
Right. People say, "Oh, Onana gets string up twice." Okay, and I don't understand. I liked how the man was so far up and it pushed Real Madrid further back.
Yeah.
Because last year or maybe even the year before, Real Madrid would have been in our half, and we would have been the team, on the back foot. You know what I mean? So I really like seeing how Onana was playing. I know it will take time again for the team to get accustomed to him and him to us, but when that starts to click, it will be scary. You know what I mean? So I am looking forward to the game tonight. Um, if we win, great. If we lose, okay. But my thing is, I want to see the energy. I want to see how the team will play. And that's what I want to see. And like Mark said, Hurricane the line day had to come in.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, and I know all the men looking forward to the Saudis. I keep saying, guys, people relax, relax, relax. Saudi Arabia may not come. So just relax. Relax.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah.
Relax and float, man.
Yeah, just no, just look. I say be happy because this is the first window in years that every person that we have gone behind, we have gotten.
Yeah,
Let's
for
say
real.
tier one, first choice, not no third choice,
Yeah.
first choice.
Because last chance so we don't also be still running down Frankie.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before I get to Tim, I think I'm reading here that David Ornstein has announced that Chelsea has reached an agreement in principle with AS Monaco to sign Axel Disasi for 45 million.
It doesn't matter, you know why? Because
So-
Chelsea, right, are cesspool, and he will drown. He will drown.
Chelsea got Benoit Badiashile, and he was a guy I was a fan of, but I hear about him since.
Remember,
then.
Chelsea came 12th. They came
Yeah.
12th. That is a secondary school team,
Yeah.
right? It's only Chelsea. Relax, it's only Chelsea.
Yeah, but we had to be careful. We had to be careful.
Nah, never. I choose balance every day. Chelsea.
No,
are-
we had to be careful.
We could discuss this for another time. But Tim, closing thoughts on anything, I guess. Yeah.
Right. I would say today's game against Dortmund, I think it should be a good game. We're playing a very good Dortmund side who were minutes away, should I say, from winning the league title in Germany. So they have a very good team. They're well drained, oiled and drilled. I think the game against Madrid showed the levels that we are still not there yet, because that Madrid fielded a strong team. They made only 2 subs in the whole game. It showed that we have more work to do. So playing these season games were okay. The Arsenal game was also another tough one. Wrexham was more for the case to show. So this whole US tour has been great, especially today's game is going to be another challenging, tough game. I think United are going to learn a lot from this. I personally think 3 players should be elevated from the academy. I would say Hannibal, Kobe, and
Fernandez.
But I wanted to go with the guy we loaned from Sunderland. We loaned to Sunderland.
Ahmad.
I think 3 of those players should be elevated to the first team. That's my opinion, because when I've watched them through this whole tour, they've shown maturity, a solid head on their shoulders, and the ability to show they're ready. Instead of keep loaning out. I think they are ready. I think they're ready. I think they've seen what Eric Ten Hag requires from them. And I think United this season will be. Eric Ten Hag did say one thing: we've raised the bar, so they can't. He's expecting them not to finish lower than 3rd, so it's 3rd up, not 3rd or 4th. It's 3rd up, nothing lower. So I think it's going to be a very great season with Champions League football. It's going to be a very great season.
I'm also seeing that Liverpool. Listen to this: Liverpool are in talks with Paris Saint-Germain for a loan for Kylian Mbappe.
Oh,
Liverpool wicketer.
That would be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal if Mbappe, if they pull it off. They want to win the league title.
If they pull it off, I don't know. For some reason, and I don't want to stray away, but for some reason I just see PSG wants to recoup their money instead of a loan. That's all I see, right?
Why don't they sell it to Real Madrid?
True. Guys, it's been a sensational hour and 20 minutes. I want to say thank you, Tim, for joining us on this Sunday.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
Kes, Mark,
Yes, man.
Lee, and Robert,
Respect.
as always, thank you for joining. This has been Old Talk on a Sunday, and Big Phil and the squad, we are out.
Peace.
Hey, if you
Blessed evening,
appreciate
guys.
what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.